Hello everybody, welcome back to Leeton. My name's Jace. It's Father's Day weekend, it's the Saturday. It's raining. I wanted to get outside today and harvest quite a lot of stuff. We've got quite a lot of broccoli ready. We've got monster two, we've got loads of salad to harvest because it's getting big now and it's going to bolt if I don't. I'm going to check on the broad beans because they're really fattening up, and the whole video is going to be about this weekend. I look like I've just got out of bed, but I haven't. The whole video is going to be about a mixture of jobs this weekend. I've got all this stuff down here, all these plugs and what have you to sort out too. But it's raining. This wasn't forecast. It's welcome, don't get me wrong, it's very welcome, but it wasn't forecast. And this afternoon we're meant to be hosting a barbecue for family, which is why I wanted to get out there and get the salad and everything picked, because obviously we want a nice salad with a barbecue. So, as soon as it stops raining, we'll carry on. So these ones too, they just keep coming. It's amazing. Every few days I just come out and pick more, and then that encourages new flowers and new pods. Ones that are quite thick, like this, I leave to grow on a little bit. So these are the red onions grown from sets, and these are variety electric, and we've got one here that's bolting, putting a flower out. So that really needs to come out of the ground. It's perfectly edible, nothing wrong with it, but if I leave it, it will go all woody and horrible. So I'm going to take that one. And you get this a lot with sets, especially red onions for some reason. And that's why this bed's only probably about half full now, because we've been taking out the bolting ones. But that bulb is perfectly edible, and so are the leaves. All these can be cut up into small pieces and thrown into a salad or anything, you know, spaghetti bolognese, whatever it is you're cooking, and they'll give you a nice onion flavour anyway. Now, the broad beans. These are starting to come towards the end, I think. And some of the pods are actually quite big. So I'm going to take one of the bigger ones and we'll have a look. One of the fatter ones. Looks quite fat. That one. This one. Let's have a look at this one. There is quite a lot of black fly on them now, but because they're coming to the end, I'm not that concerned. And it's the black fly are here, they're not everywhere else, so the plants aren't too bothered by it. The black fly are being kept busy and they're not moving on to any of my other crops. And what we've got, so we've got beans this sort of size. Now, they're going to grow on a bit more yet, they're not ready yet, but still really tasty, very edible. Oh yeah. Now the beetroot is pretty much done, I think, and I'm really not expecting anything good from this, to be honest. It's really old seed, we don't eat a lot of beetroot. And it was more a token gesture. You should have some beetroot in the garden, and if we could have got a jar of pickled beetroot out of it, well, fair enough, but I don't think we will. So let's pull some of these up and have a look. Now they are meant to be multi-sown. Dear oh dear. try this one. That one's not too bad, but very small. Yeah, they're just rubbish. Absolute rubbish. I'll pull out any that are slightly worth keeping, and the rest will go in the compost. But it has freed up a bit of space there for something else to be planted out. So, and that's what I'm desperate for now, is space to put things until crops come out of the ground. So yesterday we had our first tomatoes. It was 2 of these tumbling toms. Excuse me, I'm still eating broad beans. But yeah, very nice. And these could do with just today really to finish off. But I think in the next few days, if we get some more sun, we are going to be inundated with tomatoes. So a lot of these lettuce now are coming to the end, and we've got a mixture of salad leaves and iceberg. This iceberg looks like it's starting to try and bolt. We've been picking leaves and letting them grow on. We've also been taking whole plants to thin them out as we go. And we've had loads of salad, loads. We've given salad away. We've had a lot. So I'm going to pull out some of these whole plants now that are ready. And what we'll do is, we'll obviously have some today, but Julie will clean them all up, bag them, and we'll have 4 or 5 bags in the fridge that'll get us through the week just of salad. So this one's trying to bolt. Take off any leaves that aren't fantastic. Yeah, it's trying to form a flower. As long as it tastes okay. Tastes fine, so that one can go up. This will all go in the compost. And then what we got here, that's an iceberg, a small one, forming a heart. So that can go up. Slug. And then, let's see what else. Take this one, that's not... See, some of these grew under the potatoes, so they didn't quite form properly. That's okay. Squeeze it all in, and you take what you can. So, there's a nice head forming, but I'm going to leave that one. When the buds are really tight together like that and it's partially shaded by its leaves, I'm going to leave it to grow on, and it will hopefully turn into something like this. And it's not a bad size really for homegrown. So I'll be taking that one, and I'll probably leave these little ones, these side shoots, to grow on a bit. Another one at the back there, and then I've got some more coming here, and they're literally just forming. When you see the little green, see when it's really bright green, that's just forming, so that'll grow on quite a bit. This one I've let go a bit too far, and it's just started to flower. Nothing wrong with that at all. That can be eaten, it's perfectly fine. Got small ones coming further down, leave them. Here's a nice one that needs to be taken today. So I'm going to get my snippers, go along here and take whatever I think needs taking and leave the rest to grow on. And there we go. So we've got various types of lettuce at the back. There's some iceberg in there as well. We've got a red onion, some pretty poor beetroot, I must say, some nice radishes, that'll be good. We've got the Melons 2, just one broad bean pod there that I've tried, as you saw. Got two types of mint. We've got apple mint and peppermint, broccoli, and some nice new potatoes that were dug up on Monday, 5 days ago, and stored in the compost. So yeah, that'll complement the barbecue nicely. Okay, so it's Monday the 19th, I think, and didn't get a lot done yesterday on Father's Day because I had a bit of a hangover from the barbecue, I must confess, and then it rained pretty much all day, so and all night, which is good. We needed the rain. Everything's pretty wet now. So I was up early this morning, you saw the morning chorus there. And I'm now going to start planting things out, clearing some more space. I think I'm going to take the broad beans out. I'm going to harvest them and take them out because they're not going to grow much bigger, and I need the space. I've got stuff I've got to get in the ground, so I'm going to do that. Going to pull some of the broccoli and brassicas that are done and try and get some new stuff in there as well. Got to get the spinach out of the way. I'm going to harvest what's left of that because that's really bolting now. Lots to do, so I'm going to have a cup of tea and then we're going to crack on. There's not a bad harvest of broad beans, and take those up to the house and pod them later, and probably have some tonight and probably freeze some, so not too bad. So where these broad beans have come out, I'm going to put some pak choy, and I sowed this quite a while ago now, and I've been trying to keep it going, and some of it's bolted, as you can see. So the ones that have bolted, they'll go in the compost. The ones that haven't bolted, I'll plant out and hope that they don't bolt. Now these really should be protected from cabbage white and things like that, but so far they've just been left outside in this module tray and I've had no problems, so hopefully that will continue to be the case. If I do notice a problem, I'll act and get them covered as fast as I can. The reason I don't want to do it yet is because I've got lettuce here and I want to get these out of the way before I net the bed. So as you can see, that one there, well and truly bolted, so there's no point planting that one out really. This one, that doesn't look too bad, so we'll get that planted in and we'll see how we get on. I'm going to plant these about 8 inches apart, something like that. They don't have to get to full maturity to harvest them, so and I can cram quite a few in here then. And then the rest of this bed, I'm going to put some swede, multi-sown swede, just to fill this space. And then as these come out, I'll probably finish it off with swede as well. Now these have gone a bit leggy, well, more than a bit, quite a lot, just because they've been left far too long in the modules. But hopefully if I plant them a bit deeper, they'll sort themselves out, but we'll see. Another job that I need to do is I'm going to take this fleece off the back of the tomatoes now, because we're over 10 degrees every night. I'm not going to be fleecing these going forward, so I'm going to take this off, and then they really need tying into the canes properly. They've grown so much in the last week or so. And then with the bits of string that I cut off from the broad beans, I'm just going to tie these up. Now the way I tie these up is I tie a firm knot around the cane, excuse me, and then position the stem where I want it, and then just tie a loose knot so there's plenty of slack for the stem to continue to expand and grow. That'll do. Canes are quite well fixed, so that'll be fine. We've got lots of tomatoes coming on here now. These are the red cherry, so lots of small tomatoes on a truss. So I'm going to do these two, and then I don't know if you can make out down there. Just move the camera a bit. Over here we've got our first beefsteak tomato ripening up. It's coming on nicely. So happy days. It's a funny sort of day today. Doesn't know whether it'll be hot or cold. Keep clouding over and then the sun comes out. Fleece on, fleece off. Okay, a job I really need to do is I've got a lot of melons growing and I need to put them somewhere, and I'm thinking I'm going to use the potato pots that I harvested last week in this area here and then make a structure from that, because there's no cover on the tunnel, I can screw a piece of wood to that. So I have a piece across there with a leg, and then maybe a piece screwed to the shed and a leg, and then we'll just have two sort of bars going across with string hanging down to the buckets, because it's all temporary, so I don't want to put a lot of effort into it. It's just got to be strong enough for the melons to grow up this year. So these pots I grew the potatoes in, I'm going to use those. A couple of homemade compost, the rest is shop bought. I've got some more shop bought to top them up with, and I've got a few more pots around as well. I think I've got 6 melons at the minute that need putting out. Some butternut squash as well. I don't know where I'm going to put them. Anyway, let's focus on the melons first. So, take out my potato labels, keep them. And that one there. Top those up a bit. Go and get some plants. So there's 6 of the melons done. The ones on this side are Alvaro. I can't remember the name of those. I'd have to look at the packet. But yeah, so 6 there. I've got another, I think I've got 4 watermelon yet as well, but they're much smaller. They were sown later. So it's really a simple structure. Just a piece of wood screwed to the shed, screwed to the polytunnel over there, a leg there, 2 cross pieces, and then the string hanging down, buried in the holes under the root ball of the plants, and then just grow the plants up the string. And hopefully we're not going to have too many high winds, and we'll keep the nice warm weather that we've got, and they'll grow okay. It's a bit of a gamble, you know, trying to grow these outside, but you know, if we have a nice summer, I might get away with it. If not, it's not the end of the world, you know, it's a few seeds, and next year, hopefully with the cover on the polytunnel, we'll be growing them in there anyway. Okay guys, I've still got loads to do, but I'm gonna have to wrap it up there because I've got other things I've got to get done today as well. So thanks for watching the video. I hope you've enjoyed it. If you have, please give it a thumbs up, and if you haven't already subscribed, please do, and I'll see you next time. Cheers.